RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Andy's Auto Body, tire and auto service and sales. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Auto Centers Nissan, home of the Wiggity Way. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Liberty Bank, bank locally, bank Liberty. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, clean, shine, and protect. Alton Sports Tap, sports, food, and good times. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes. Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent.
And Hudson and Tillman will jump it up here. Flyers and Redbirds. The two big men jump it up. The tip won by the Redbirds. Here's Darius Edwards to the glass. He missed it, but it's tipped in by Hudson over the rim and in.
And that's the one thing that Brian's going to have to do tonight with Tillman's size. He's got to be active early, not be stationary.
The other starter is Tyrone Riley, 6'5" senior for the orange and blue. They try to dump it to Tillman, knocked away, and here comes Hudson on the break, and he trips and falls as he was leading the break on that outlet pass, and it goes right back to the Flyers.
And I like the activity of the Redbirds, and they did a little stunt there with their defense and put Brian Hudson on the high-low guy so he could deflect the pass going down to Tillman. They couldn't complete it.
And now here they come again to set up the offense. Number 3 with the basketball, Marquise Chairs, a 5'9" junior, will run the point. Number 3, not number 5, being a starter, Chairs and not Weathers. From the left elbow, they dump it down on a bounce to Tillman. Double team and finger roll and in. May have gotten an extra step or half step there, but no call.
Yeah, he got away with a little half step to the middle, but it was a nice fundamental jump hook. What I think the Redbirds are going to have to do is kind of force him to the baseline where they can bring their help.
Here's a finger roll missed. Hudson with a tip, no good. It's a 2-2 game, a minute into the game here at Alton High.
And rebounding is going to be a key, and getting back in transition is going to be a key, which they didn't there, Brent.
There's an easy layup for Tyrone Riley. Riley lays it in as he was wide open there. Back come the Redbirds into the lane. Shot up, it rolls in. Good for Thurman as he was aggressive in the lane.
Yeah, and again, like we said in the pregame, I think Thurman's the key.
Here's a steal. Maurice Edwards gives it up to Carlos Anderson, who will set it up. Three-pointer up in the air. It's missed. Long rebound goes to the Flyers, and Anderson will get a foul on that rebound.
Right there, the Redbirds have had 2 chances on the fast break opportunity to get a layup or a dunk, and they fumbled both passes. I don't know if the nerves or the excitement of this game. There's a lot of excitement in here. This place is pretty much packed, and people are just not converting right now.
6:16 to go. First quarter, 4-4 game. Both teams have missed some shots. Both teams with a handful of rebounds already. A lot of missed shots, so there will be a lot of rebound opportunities. Underneath we go to Tillman, and he jams it home on a pass from Chairs.
And right now, the Birds are trying to half-court run and jump. And with Tillman's size, because he doesn't leave the rim, Brent, I don't think that's being very effective because they're not turning the guards over.
Maurice Edwards a 3-ball. It's missed. Rebound. Hudson is fouled from behind. Strong rebound there. Maurice Edwards was in the area, and Hudson cleaned it up.
Got to be happy with Brian Hudson's activity early on here, Brent. That's his 3rd offensive rebound, and that's just tremendous for the Birds because they got to compete on the boards with East St. Louis here tonight.
Hudson at the line, averaging almost 10 points per game. 39 points in the first 4 games. He misses this free throw short. He has 2 points tonight. Flyers lead it 6-4. 5:45 to go. That foul, by the way, was on Tillman from behind Hudson. Hudson misses both free throws, though. 0 for 2. Here come the Flyers. East St. Louis and Alton to open the Southwestern Conference. Another steal for the Redbirds, and Darius Edwards jams it home.
And that's a good steal. East St. Louis is trying to dribble through the trap.
Jump ball, and the Redbirds playing some good D, especially out near the timeline. Guard on guard play here.
And that's one of the things. See, now this is where I think their run and jump can be effective, Brent. In the full court setting where the guards aren't strong, you can run and jump them in the corners. In the half court, not so much because you've got Tillman, and they can always just throw it up over the top of Tillman for the dunk.
Redbirds are going to get it on the arrow here. I believe it should be Alton ball. And the referees talking it over, and now they say it's Flyers ball because the Redbirds did get the opening tip. That's right.
Yes, they did.
And so a 6-6 game. Redbirds getting some steals here early on, as we've talked about. Maurice Edwards to Darius Edwards a moment ago for the jam. Inside to the front of the rim, glass and good, as Antonio Johnson has 2.
And that's what we're talking about right there, Brent. They tried to run and jump in the half court. It just opens up too many lanes right now. Keep it in the full court and then play solid half court D.
Underneath, Anderson missed it. May have been fouled, no called. Maurice Edwards to Anderson, no good.
He's running like he got hit in his mouth.
And top of the key, they dump it down to Tillman. Hudson with a steal. Long pass to Carlos. Anderson missed the finger roll at the front of the rim.
And he's had a couple chances early where you really like to see him convert. He tried to dunk earlier, and I think he got hit in the face, but he's got to convert those right now.
Anderson missed that shot. Carlos had 30 points in 4 games, averaging 7.5 per game through the first 4, and those 4 last week at the Alton Redbird Tip-Off Classic. Here's a dump down to Tillman. Missed it on the run. Off the glass. Rebound, Brian Hudson. Out to Thurman. Now Darius Edwards to the baseline. Jumper, good.
Darius is being very active early. On the defensive end, one of the things we didn't talk about to help on the lob, Isaiah Thurman was very active on that lob. He got there and disrupted the timing of Tillman so he couldn't get the easy layup.
Flyers going to bring a couple of subs in. Here's a right wing jumper that's no good. Tillman has the rebound though. Carlos Anderson guarding him. Tillman missed it. Rebound blocked away. Maurice Edwards saves it at the rim. Darius Edwards with the loose ball. Darius, finger roll, no, but he's fouled as he went strong to the hole again.
Yeah, and Darius is just super active right now, and that's what the Redbirds need. Great save by Maurice Edwards, Brent. How about that?
Hustle play indeed.
And that's what you've got to have in conference games like this. We all know the Southwestern Conference is a beast to play in. You got to get the hustle plays and the dirt plays.
Arthur Carter, sophomore, number 2, is going to check in a moment here. Free throw rolls in. Edwards has 5 early points.
One of the things we haven't seen, and it's going to be trending here pretty soon. I need to start keeping up with this stuff, have people follow me. But it's going to be trending. The Redbirds have not went to that bench yet.
Here's another free throw. Redbirds take the lead 9-8, 10-8. 2 for 2 for Darius. He's got 6. And it is 10-8.
Darius has 6 of the 10, and they're easy buckets, the dunk, the aggressive free throws, you really like it, the little short jump shot.
Flyers up the floor, and they bring it to the baseline. Out high, there's a steal again. Darius Edwards all the way down, finger roll, no good. Missed it off the back iron. Here comes Eastside.
Birds leaving a lot of points on the floor, though, Brent.
Fast break points.
Yeah, could really extend this lead out.
Number 40, Kenny Robertson into the game.
Here come the first 2 subs for the Birds.
Redbirds going to bring in some subs as Carlos Anderson goes to the bench. Thurman goes to the bench. So that brings in number 4, Nigel Harris, number 5, Vontae Hobbs.
Really like the energy.
Inside, and we have a foul. Levante Hobbs on a reach in there. Another drive by the Flyers. They're just going to the rim, too.
Yeah, I mean, they're really not showing the desire to shoot the ball. They're being patient. If they don't get the high-low to Tillman, they are waiting until they get a drive.
Getting some open lanes, as you talked about. Here's Hudson with a steal. Another good hustle defensive play.
But they also got about 6 turnovers here, Brent, early.
Redbirds ball. Harris to Maurice Edwards.
They're going to need solid minutes from Nigel Harris as the backup point guard today, too.
Pass to Hudson, knocked away. Hobbs tried to save it. He could not on the inline. Turnover, Flyers ball.
And this is one of the things East St. Louis does. They try to seduce you into playing a sloppy ball game because they've got numbers to throw at you. They got numbers and size.
Josh Loving's into the game, 5'9" senior for the Redbirds. So Maurice Edwards checks out with some good hustle early on from him.
1-2-2 in the full court here.
They throw it across into the front court over the timeline, tipped around, and the Flyers, down by 2, have the basketball. Inside, wild shot, miss. Lovings outlet to Nigel Harris, alley-oop to Hudson.
Wow.
And it's a turnover.
Wow, you can't afford showboating right now. And then you get a gamble by Darius Edwards, who doesn't even get back in the play, and they give up a layup. That's a big swing right there.
And the bucket goes the other way for the Flyers, and they tie it 10-10. Here's Hudson inside. No, but he's fouled. It might be Tillman again.
That's 2 on Tillman, so that's going to change the flow of the game now, because now they're going to really be able to attack.
That Nigel Harris break, he tried to pass it off the glass to Hudson, the trailer, for a dunk, and it wasn't even close. It was a turnover, and it went the other way, and 2 points for Roberson there to tie the game 10-10.
Yeah, and if you want to get Brian a dunk, just turn around and hand it to him and let him throw it down.
Got that right. First free throw is missed, and Hudson is 0 for 3 already. Brian needs to hit some of these free throws. He's being fouled by Tillman, who has 2. And this free throw is good as Tillman takes a break and gets a drink of water.
And you got to figure he's at least done for the first quarter and probably the first part of the second quarter. So the Redbirds really need to attack here. I would really turn the defense up here now.
2:22 to go. First quarter, we have an 11-10 score. Redbirds by a point. And right now the basketball belongs to Arthur Carter. Carter gives it into the corner, back out to Roberson into the lane, and he missed it. Blocking foul. Carlos Anderson in the lane, tried to take a charge.
And that's going to be 2 on Anderson.
Carlos with 2, the Redbirds and the Flyers each with 3 team fouls now. Anderson's going to stay in there, it looks like, with 2 fouls. 2 minutes to go. First quarter, and now we're going to have a sub. But first, a free throw to tie the game. It's short. No good. And number 2 checks in. DeMonte Wigfall for Carlos Anderson. So the Redbirds using some subs right off the bat here in the first quarter. Free throw no good. The follow, though, is rolled in. It's a good 2 points there for Riley.
And right now they've got Anderson and Hudson on the bench, so now it's danger time. That kind of equals out Tillman being on the bench.
Here's a drive by Maurice Edwards back in the game. Gives to Lovings, now to Darius Edwards. He's going to drive again. Finger roll, good again. All the way down for Darius Edwards.
Darius is on pace for having a huge night because he can just get to the rim anytime he wants to right now, and that's a very good positive for the Birds. Got to carry.
Double dribble Flyers. Redbirds lead 13-12 on that last bucket. Here comes Hudson with 1:34 in the first quarter. He's going to check in. Hobbs checks out.
And that's a good sub. You got to get Brian in. He doesn't have any fouls, so he's being active, and I really like his game right now. Watching East St. Louis's ball handlers right now, Brent, is like the weather outside. It's just wet and slippery. You don't know what's going to happen with the ball.
It's ripe for the picking. Get some turnovers, and they have. And here's a foul on East St. Louis on a drive on the right side, this time by Maurice Edwards.
Maurice got lucky here that the referee called the foul because the baseline referee was going to call a travel, which I think he did.
So that'll be the Flyers' 4th team foul. Inside, wide open, front of the rim. DeMonte Wigfall for 2.
Good snap in by Wigfall.
15-12, Alton with a 3-point lead, and that's a big lead in this first quarter because we've been close. Here's Hudson with a steal. Redbirds with at least 5 steals in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm not keeping track of turnovers, and I probably should be, but I've got to believe the Flyers have as many turnovers as they have points right now.
Amazing. Just turning the ball over right and left, and Tillman is out of the game for the last 2 or 3 minutes of this first quarter with his 2 fouls and 4 points. And with 1:06 to go first quarter, Redbirds by 3, and here they come again. Darius Edwards, finger roll, no good, this time in the middle of the lane. Rebound, orange and blue, east side ball. They bring it up the floor. Chairs has it, Marquise Chairs. Chairs gives it up to Antonio Johnson. Now to the high post, they give it out to Chairs for 3. It's short, rebound Alton. Redbirds up the floor. Wigfall gives to Darius Edwards for 3. No good. Rebound, Lovings hustling for it, but Flyers have it.
Wasn't a quality shot,
and then they turn it over to the Redbirds again. Out of bounds.
Just sloppy on both parts. Sloppy on the Birds' part, sloppy on the Flyers' part.
It has been sloppy. 8 o'clock here. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Friday night, Alton Redbird boys basketball. Darius and Maurice Edwards play catch. For the last shot here, the first quarter, 10 seconds to go. Down to Hudson. Hudson inside. Layup good. 5 points for Brian. 5-point lead. Flyers from half court. No good. Alton with a good first quarter on the scoreboard, leading 17-12 over East St. Louis. It's a 5-point game at Alton High. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny Holt. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There's also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Has 5. Brian, big 6'7" senior for Alton High, and now there's some question as to who has the ball to start the second quarter, I guess.
Well, there was a jump ball.
Should be Alton ball. We had one jump ball there in the first quarter, and that went to East Side. Now it goes to the Redbirds, leading by 5, and they have Wigfall out there, Maurice Edwards, Josh Lovings, Isaiah Thurman, and Brian Hudson on the floor.
So they've got 3 starters, and then they've got the 2 defensive backs and the wide receivers.
Wigfall and Lovings in the game. Here's Thurman to Maurice Edwards. High post to Hudson. Down to Wigfall. Finger roll. Nice move on the baseline for DeMonte.
And good move by DeMonte. He caught it. He just ripped it and went. That's something we really work on with him. Just catch and rip. Go baseline and finish. He's got a good finishing.
He's got a couple of buckets off the bench. Here's another turnover. Flyers throw it out of bounds, and Coach Young not happy at all.
And the Redbirds have done a good job with their defense. They've changed it up. Instead of just running and jumping in the half court, they went to a 1-2-2, and now they're trapping out of it. So it's a little bit more stagnant, and East St. Louis can't attack it as well.
Second quarter underway. Redbirds up 19-12. Hudson lost it. The free throw line, and then we have a whistle and a foul. Hudson fouled at the free throw line, maybe not. Boy, if so, he was bailed out there.
Well, I think he got fouled. It's just the fact that
late whistle,
very late, because the Flyers were already in transition going the other way before the official called it, and that's not something, if I'm Coach Young, I'm real happy to see.
20 gets the foul. That's Randolph. They throw it to the corner. Lovings 3, short, no good. Flyers with the rebound, and they throw an outlet, but it's stolen by Hudson. Redbirds ball again.
There's no way East St. Louis will be able to compete with anybody with all these turnovers. Good
Down
block.
low, Redbirds get their shot blocked away and back the other way. Finger roll, good. Chairs beat everybody back with a layup.
But that's what the Redbirds can't happen. They've had about 4 or 5 opportunities in fast break layups where they cannot convert, and they've turned into layups for the East St. Louis Flyers.
To the corner it goes, and the Flyers have another turnover the other way. 19-14 Redbirds. 3 ball is missed. Rebound, Chairs in the lane for the Flyers. Backs it up.
And that's the problem, because that's the 3rd time you called his name on an offensive rebound.
And he's 5'9". Inside, baseline, Flyers stuck under the basket. Now a pass off, and 3 seconds in the lane. Couple of Flyers in there, too long.
Yeah, number 20 drove and lost the ball, and he never left. Ryan Hudson's tired.
Randolph is number 20 for East St. Louis. He's a 6'4" junior. Darius Edwards back in the game. Levante Hobbs back in the game. Hudson sits down. And somebody else checks out. Loving's out of the game. Maurice Edwards and Darius Edwards play catch. Darius for 3. Good. Way out there on the left side.
Darius is going to work right now. That's 11 for him. He's hit the 3. And I can tell you one thing about Darius Edwards. If he's hitting his jump shot, you're in trouble, because he's a load going to the basket. But if he's hitting that jump shot too, that's trouble. He's an easy layup.
All the way down, and they beat the defense, break down the defense. Antonio Johnson for 2. Redbirds the other way. Shot blocked, but they get it back. Redbirds will set it up again. Outside the lane, they throw it back to Darius Edwards again. Flyers in a zone, almost a 1-3-1 or a 1-2-2 at times, as they play out on the wings with Darius Edwards driving. Glass, good. Edwards again.
It's timeout, East St. Louis.
Timeout, Flyers in an 8-point game. 13 for Darius Edwards, number 0. 24-16, Redbirds by 8. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports. It's the final play of the game. Down by 4, Andes will need to score to win it. The quarterback lines up, ball is snapped. It's a handoff. He breaks outside of the tackle. He's got daylight. He could go all the way. Touchdown! Andes wins.
You too can score a touchdown at Andy's Auto Sales.
Check out the all-star lineup at Andy's Auto Sales today.
With William Gordon, Brent Birkeland back here. Alton Redbirds 4-0 on the season. They start the Southwestern Conference tonight and off to a good start here, leading 24-16 over East St. Louis, second quarter.
Back to the 1-2-2 full court. Now, Tillman not in. This has been effective when Tillman's not in. Here's another steal.
Here's a lob pass, and Thurman almost had it. Instead, Chairs gets it in the corner. Flyers ball. They dump it down. Nobody's there, but they do find the loose ball, and Antonio Johnson lays it in.
And they're just throwing it towards the rim and hoping something good happens, and it has been for them tonight.
6-point game. Redbirds on top with the ball. Here's Hobbs to Darius Edwards. Down to Wigfall. Out to Maurice Edwards. Now to Thurman on the baseline. And the Redbirds rotated it nicely, got it back to the right side, and Thurman was fouled.
This is the best ball movement we've seen from the Redbirds so far this year. It's crisp, it's sharp, nobody's trying to over-dribble. We haven't seen too much over-penetration tonight. Just sharp right now.
And all 5 guys touched the ball there in about 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah, and
bang,
now
bang.
Leading the free throw, excuse me.
Free throw in the air and good for Isaiah Thurman. His 3rd point. The Redbirds spreading out the scoring as usual, but a couple of starters haven't scored yet, Anderson or Maurice Edwards. Thurman, 3 points, now 4 points, 2 for 2.
And that's good conversion. You want to take advantage of the fouls they're giving you. You're going to be in the bonus the rest of the time, but that's a bad foul by Darius.
Foul near the timeline, and just the 4th team foul for Alton, 7 team fouls for the Flyers. Darius Edwards with his 1st foul. Carlos has 2, and Hobbs has 1 foul. 4 fouls on Alton. It's an 8-point lead for the Redbirds again. 4:30 to go, second quarter.
2-2-1 half-court trap by the Redbirds.
Here's a drive down the baseline, down underneath. Hobbs almost stole it away, and then a jump ball maybe here. No, he's out of bounds, Hobbs, I guess, when he was touching the ball there on the inline.
Good anticipation by Levante. Faked like he was going with his defender and then snapped right back.
Hobbs with some good D and flexing his left knee, maybe shake it up a little bit as Hobbs is out. Hudson is in.
I think Tony Young feels like this game is getting away from him, Brent, because he's coming back with Jeremiah Tillman. He's got 2 fouls. So if he picks up a third, I mean, that's going to be a lot of problems for East St. Louis.
Hobbs stayed in the game with Hudson coming in. Instead, it was Wigfall who steps out. And another foul on Darius Edwards there on the baseline with a bump.
And now that's 2 on Edwards, and now that's a big decision. So what's Coach Smith going to do?
Going to bring in Josh Lovings. That's what he'll do.
So that means they're going to look for somebody else to step up. Isaiah Thurman's been playing very well, and Maurice Edwards hasn't looked to score yet, so maybe he'll get a little bit more involved here. Somebody's going to have to pick up the slack for Darius being out, though.
And Brian Hudson active under the basket, too, and on defense as well, as the Redbirds tip the inbounds pass back out of bounds. Alton 26, East St. Louis 18 here.
I'm confused about East St. Louis out of bounds plays. They're not screening anybody, and you got Tillman. Post them up on the box, isolate them, and then you've got just a lob over the top.
They throw it down to him here. He puts it on the ground, and that's trouble. He's out of bounds. It's a turnover, and a technical foul is called on the Flyers, and I'm not sure if it's Tillman or not. It might be.
That's Tillman, which I believe it is. That's going to be a personal foul also.
It is his 3rd foul. They posted on the board. Technical on Tillman after he lost it out of bounds.
I know he came out of the pile saying he pushed me, but what else did he say? He must have said the magic word right there because he got rung up quick.
And that was a referee that was a long way from the play, too. Out near midcourt.
That's a big call.
3rd foul on Tillman. Free throw good by Thurmond here. And quickly, he's 3 for 3 at the line this quarter.
Yeah, and slowly but surely, he's starting to make a nice little chip on the scoreboard.
Isaiah Thurmond up and in again. And the lead is 10, 28-18. Tillman goes out of the game with his 3rd foul.
I'm going to tell you something. East St. Louis looks totally overwhelmed right now. Redbirds are doing a great job. They're just steady pressure. Steady pressure is just fouling, just really bothering East St. Louis. And Coach Young, I know he says that this is a work in progress because he has so many experienced guys, but this is shocking. You normally don't see a team with this kind of athletes turn the ball over like this.
And they do have a number of seniors on the roster and a lot of juniors out there playing too, to go with the younger players as well. And now it's Alton ball with 4:04 to go till halftime.
And the Birds have a chance to really blow this open to make this not even be a game here in the second half.
28-18, Alton by 10. They throw it to the right side. Thurmond out to Maurice Edwards. He's going to drive inside. No. Tipped around. Hudson lost it underneath. Flyers kick it out of bounds. It's still Alton ball.
A lot of contact under that basket both ways.
Maurice Edwards might have been fouled. Hudson might have been fouled. They both couldn't get the shot to go. And here's Lovings to Hobbs. Hobbs to Thurmond in the right corner. Back out high, it's Levante Hobbs. Flyers picking up the defense a little bit here. 3 ball is missed. Rebound, East St. Louis. Now a steal, and Maurice Edwards is all alone. He'll lay it in.
Turnover.
Thurmond with a steal, Maurice Edwards with a bucket.
Redbird, and let's talk about Isaiah Thurmond. Isn't he just having a tremendous quarter right now?
He is. Both ends of the floor, as always, for number 12. 3 minutes to go till halftime. Free throw line. 1 dribble, up, glass, no. Rebound, and a foul may be called on Levante Hobbs there as he let his man kind of slip in there. Tyrone Riley, number 25.
Offensive rebounds are keeping what semblance of a game this is still a game. They're really just throwing it up and going to get it.
A lot of the shots are just hitting glass and nothing else. Not even the rim, or just fired off the glass and go get it.
One of the things the Redbirds have to be careful of, though, You don't want to get in the habit of trying to run so fast that you leave out before you secure the rebound. Because like we said, they're just throwing it off the glass and going to get it right now.
3:03 to go, first half. Riley's free throw good. He could make it a 10-point game again. And he does. 30-20. Alton with the lead. Second quarter with 3 minutes now on the clock. And here come the Redbirds. Nigel Harris in the backcourt. Being hounded there. Gives it to Maurice Edwards. Maurice all the way down, up, and no good, but he was fouled on the drive in the lane.
Strong drive right now. This zone is very ineffective for East St. Louis. I mean, there's so many gaps, and Maurice and Isaiah and Darius, who's got two sitting on the bench. We saw DeMonte Wigfall drive strong baseline and get an easy layup. Too many gaps in the zone.
Senior Marquise Fair, 33, with his first foul. And Maurice Edwards misses his first free throw.
So between the free throws and the missed layups, the Birds very possibly could have a 20-point lead right now.
Yes, indeed. Those fast break points have been only about 50-50 converting. Here's a missed free throw. Edwards 0 for 2. Down to the corner it goes. Flyers going to drive the baseline. Easy layup and an easy drive for Antonio Johnson. He's got 8.
Yeah, and the times that they take their time and get to the rim, they score. It's the times in between there that they can't get the ball up the floor.
Down to Hudson on the block. Double team. Kicks it to Thurman. 3. Nope. Rebound Lovings, weak side. Missed it. Now Edwards with a miss. 2 bunnies there for the Redbirds. No good. And then an Alton foul.
And then that foul is going to end up being 1-and-1. So now not only was it 3 missed free throws, but now it's going to transfer into a 1-and-1 opportunity.
And Maurice Edwards with his first foul. And boy, Lovings was right there for the rebound, wide open on the weak side, missed the layup. And then Edwards had a good look with the follow, and it wouldn't go. 30-22. Redbirds' 12-point lead is now down to 8.
And this is what you don't want to do. And he's going up stroking him. That was a nice looking stroke by him too.
33, Fair with his first point.
But he's a senior, so he's been in this situation before. You don't want to let him creep back in right before halftime.
2 for 2, and indeed they're on a 6-0 run. And they cut it to 6. 2:15 to go till halftime, so still lots of time. Maurice Edwards with it. Front court, down to Hudson. Bryant up strong, good off the glass and in.
Good way to drop it into Bryant. Bryant turned over that right shoulder to get to that left hand and scored. But here's another layup opportunity.
Baseline jumper missed. Rebound Redbirds, and there's a loose ball. Flyers knock it out. Alton ball leading by 8 again.
Hudson blocked that pull-up jumper. That was great hustle by Bryant. He made the layup and then he hustled back and blocked the shot down here on the offensive end, on his defensive end. Good hustle.
Hudson has 7 points. Could have 10. He missed 3 free throws, but he has 7 in the game. Here's Thurman. Right side, Nigel Harris into the right corner now. Wigfall in the game.
Wigfall's the shooter in this group, so you want to try to get him touches.
Wigfall in the lane. Stops, pops, missed it. In and out. Edwards almost tipped it up and in. Back the other way, the Flyers layup. They run the break and they lay it up and in.
That was pretty. You know me, I'm an old school fan of the fast break. That was just a pretty break. They spaced it, they ran it, they got the easy layup. Now they're only down 6.
8 for Johnson, now 8 for Riley. Riley with that bucket. 32-26. Hudson kicks to Wigfall for 3. He was fouled and good. In the left corner, he hit a 3, and he was knocked to the ground. It's a 4-point play, maybe.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. You know, DeMonte, I told you, is the shooter in that group. He spent time this summer working with dream shooters, and he really worked on squaring up, knocking that shot down, and now he's going to get a 4-point play here.
Silly foul by Fair. You don't want to foul a 3-point shooter. In the left corner, he was left open, and he rims the free throw around the rim and out.
But that did space out that lead a little bit. It gets it to 9.
And 1 minute to go till halftime. Here's 33, that's Fair. Driving in, bumps the defender, and then stops and hits it off the glass and good.
He's starting to build up a little confidence, Brent.
35-28, Redbirds by 7. And 40 seconds left, first half.
Still need to end the quarter strong here.
Nigel Harris to Maurice Edwards. And they give it to Wigfall, out to Harris again. Now Thurman, right side. Thurman gives it up, stolen away. Wide open layup, and it's missed. No good by the Flyers, then an East St. Louis foul.
So then you get a turn, you miss the layup, and now it's going to convert into a foul, and the Redbirds are going to be able to go shoot 2 here. So this is a big turn of events. Good hustle by Isaiah Thurman by not assuming that he was going to make the layup and hustled back.
Randolph blew a wide open layup. Nobody was near him. And then Thurman grabbed it, was fouled by Chairs, his second foul. And Isaiah Thurman at the line. He's 4 for 4 this quarter from the free throw line. Now 5 for 5. Had a bucket in the first quarter, but free throws here in this quarter have given him 7 in the game.
And right now that lead is going to potentially go to 9 here. Like you said, Isaiah's been real big this quarter, especially with Edwards in foul trouble.
And he misses this free throw, almost got his own rebound, but he knocked it out of bounds with 18.4 to go. We have a timeout, Redbirds, for defense. Alton leading 36-28 as we keep it here just before halftime, Coach.
Yeah, Brent, and that last free throw right there, I think Isaiah might have got in a little early. They didn't call it, but I love the hustle. Now, Coach looks like Coach McMurray's talking to the kids, so maybe since he's the defensive coordinator, he's going to change something up here. Very interesting if they can force a quick turnover before the half to get this a double-digit lead. If I'm East St. Louis here, I'm looking to get a solid shot, and then I'm Coach Young. I'm telling my kids to get back in transition. They don't give up a layup.
Well, the Redbirds, hate to say it, but they missed 7 free throws here in the first half and probably 7 fast breaks, too.
Yeah, they've had 7 solid fast breaks where they could have converted where they didn't. So, you know, we're talking about a possible 20-point swing right there. Now, some of it was the size of Tillman and the size of the Flyers, but some of it they just missed layups or mishandled it.
8 for 15 from the free throw line, 7 misses. Here's Eastside with 10 seconds to go. Redbirds with a steal. Hudson with a good double team, but then Lovings had the ball. He fell down and he traveled with it as he grabbed it under the basket.
And they forced the East St. Louis to speed up there again. When the Redbirds have instituted their defense full court, they've been successful. It's been in the half court where they've really struggled with the traps and the run and jump. So let's see what they pull out here.
To the right corner it goes. A shot up, no. Rebound loose, 5 seconds to go. Jump ball with 3.7 to go in the lane.
And although that was a jump ball, because East St. Louis maintains possession, that's just like an offensive rebound. You still, even if you're the Redbirds, you can't let them just keep pounding you on the glass like this.
And we're going to have a timeout, Flyers, as they want to talk this play over under their basket with 3.7 seconds left. Redbirds lead it 36-28. After the game tonight, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. So stay tuned for that. Player of the Game, Darius Edwards was early on. He was flying high. He's got 13 points. Hasn't played in a little while with 2 fouls. Hudson, 7 points. And Thurman with 7. Wigfall off the bench with 7.
And one of the things that the difference, I would say the difference, Darius was carrying him early. I would say the difference with Isaiah and Darius right now is Isaiah's really doing it on both ends of the court right now. He's really just defensively, he's locked in. And then on top of that, he's also getting buckets for you, as they would say at the park, getting buckets.
Buckets indeed.
Surprised Coach Young took a timeout here for this. It allows the Alton to change their defense.
And the Flyers
got away with a push-off.
Yeah, got away with a push-off on an alley-oop there, and the Redbirds still strip it away, and no shot there at the buzzer, and it is halftime, and the Redbirds will keep that lead of 36-28 into the locker room. Alton leading East St. Louis at halftime. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
We're always looking for better ways to do things, but with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached Mega a bank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Liberty Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
One of the greatest myths about car dealers is that some pay less for their cars than others. Hi, I'm John Roberts, and we all pay the same. Here at Roberts Motors, we can compete with any Ford dealer, regardless of how big they are or how great they say their deals are. The number one concern of anyone buying a car today is service. At Roberts Motors, we pride ourselves in exceptional service before, after, and during the sale. Stop in today and see why Roberts has been the home of happy customers since 1949. Or see us online at RiverBender.com.
Sports, food, and good times. That's what you'll find at Alton Sports Tap. With our daily specials and the best wings around, no game day is complete without us. Between our main bar, enclosed and outdoor patios, you won't know where to begin your evening. Alton Sports Tap has a spacious banquet center offering plenty of space to host any event and the food to make it great. Whether you stop by to catch a game, grab dinner, or enjoy our new live gaming, Sports Tap has got you covered.
I would argue for the Redbirds, they could say the same thing because they played almost the whole first half without Carlos Anderson and probably pretty much of the second quarter without Darius Edwards. So now we're going to get the starters back in. Let's see what we come out with and whose style can prevail.
Well, you know the Redbirds would like to be up by more like 15 points, but it is what it is, 36-28. Alton with the lead, Alton with the ball as we start the second half. Anderson throws it to Edwards, now to Hudson on the baseline. Goes right at Tillman, but his shot is no good. May have been blocked.
And that was a good job by Tillman. I thought he did a good job of sliding over and going straight up. And I still like the move Brian Hudson made to go at him. Because if you can get his fourth, that's just a bonus for you.
7:30 to go, third quarter, as the Flyers set up their offense and the Redbirds pack it in the zone defense, maybe?
Yeah, they're going to pack it in the zone defense and dare east side to shoot.
And the shot is up and in. It's a three ball that goes from the right side by Randolph.
And that's the thing I was going to say about this. You're daring them to shoot, but the style that you've played has worked so well for you. I'd like to get a little lead first and then maybe hit the changeup, not come right out of halftime with it, but it'll be interesting to see.
Carlos Anderson goes to the glass, gets it knocked out of his hands, and went off of Carlos out of bounds as he tried to go maybe a little at Tillman there.
Yeah, and I thought he got away with a travel the first time before it even went off of him.
So now East St. Louis with the ball, and we're at 36-31, 5-point game. Alton's biggest lead was 12, 30-18. Inside shot missed as they tried to go at Brian Hudson there.
Yeah, they got lucky there because Carlos went for a bad gamble, and it almost gave up a layup. You just want to be solid here, especially if you're going to sag it in the zone and pack it in. You don't need to gamble.
Maurice Edwards to Darius Edwards on the right side. Darius will back it up, give it to Maurice again. Thurman, Hudson, Anderson, starting five all in there for Alton High, wearing their white uniforms trimmed in the red here at home, and turnover, pass a little behind Thurman in the corner.
And see, that's the other thing about coming out with that sag defense where you're not being active. The Birds depend on their activity for their offense too. And it's now they've gotten a little stagnant on defense. They've gotten stagnant on offense. So here, now they're going to give up another layup.
Inside layup is missed. Wide open layup as Antonio Johnson could not convert. Now Darius Edwards bumped and a foul. That's going to be number 3 on number 3, Chairs.
And he was riding them out by the three-point line. I'm a little bit surprised that East St. Louis doesn't do the same thing to Alton that Alton's doing to them, and that's sag in, because right now, besides DeMonte Wigfall and Darius Edwards, who else has hit a jump shot?
And the Flyers are in some foul trouble, so maybe you sit back in zone for a little while.
Yeah.
6 minutes to go, third quarter, and here we go with the Redbirds in the front court. Darius Edwards has it. Edwards looking to the corner. Thurman back to Darius Edwards. Out near the volleyball line here. He's driving left side. Tried to hand it off, turned it over. Here come the Flyers again. Layup, it's good. It's a 3-point game.
And now the Redbirds are starting to force stuff. Coach Smith is taking the timeout. I think they did themselves a disservice because they came out with no energy be energetic, be active. You know, what do we know Coach Smith on the sideline for being? Active and energetic, yelling, clapping, you know, keep that going.
And that bucket there makes it 36-33. We have a timeout on the floor. The Redbird lead is down to 3 with 5.5 to go, third quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
With William Gordon, Brent Berkland back at it here. Darius Edwards missing a 3 out of the timeout, and Brian Hudson is over the back, and Redbirds lead at 36-33 here in the third quarter. Hudson with his first.
I don't like that call, Brent. That looked like a 50-50 ball. They were both side to side, you know, and then when they came down, they got twisted. Let that go.
A little shoulder to shoulder. Depends on the angle, I guess. 3 officials out there, and they call Hudson for his first. And here's Antonio Johnson dumping it to Tillman. Reverse layup, good by Tillman.
You can tell he's improved so much from last year. He keeps the ball high. He's got soft hands. He gets it up on the rim. Now all of a sudden, East St. Louis is getting excited. They're clapping.
Thurman all the way down. Layup is missed as he had an open look underneath. He got a lane, but Thurman could not finish.
Notice the whole tone of this game has changed.
Flyers right elbow shot no good. Rebound. Flyers are out of bounds on the rebound. It's Alton ball.
Coach Young didn't like that shot. He was telling Riley, you need to go to the basket, son.
Redbirds in the second quarter led 30-18. It was a 12-point lead, but the Flyers started chipping away, and right now they are on a 17-6 run since that time. Edwards underneath, good. May have been fouled by Tillman as he reached a little bit in there, but Maurice hit it.
And that's the other one who hasn't been scoring for them who normally does. He gets his 8 points. Here's the trap. Good trap here.
Down to the corner it goes. Hudson knocks it out. Tillman was waiting for it in the corner.
Good thing he got a hand on that too, because Tillman had a line if Hudson didn't deflect it.
Maurice Edwards with 4 points now after that bucket. And the lead is back to 3, 38-35. Alton. Flyers ball down by 3. They dump it into the lane. Now to Tillman it goes. Short jumper up, off the rim, missed. Rebound, Anderson has it.
Strong rebound by Carlos in traffic there.
Carlos Anderson out to Maurice Edwards. He'll drive, knocked away. Flyers ball in a 3-point game. Ball is, as a travel called as the ball was tipped there by Darius Edwards. Good D and good hands.
That was good hands. Not quite sure why that's a travel.
I think the official knew what to call there, but he called a travel. The ball looked like it was bounding around.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to call anything, that's got to be a jump ball there.
3:30 to go, third quarter. Redbirds at halftime a moment ago, led by 8. Here's Maurice Edwards, almost a 5-second call. Now Carlos Anderson going at Tillman. Gives to Thurman, into Hudson. Foul and 1. Brian Hudson for 3 points, maybe.
That's a big call. Great job by Isaiah Thurman to drive to the baseline and drop it off. Hudson got away with a travel. But, hey, it's like college basketball. Who's looking at the big men's feet?
Well, Thurman did a great job. He brought Tillman to the baseline, and that left Hudson alone, and they had to foul him, but they couldn't keep from the bucket there. Riley with his first foul, and Hudson's free throw is good. 3-point play gives him 10 points in the game. Hudson averaging on the season 10 points per game. Back the other way, a 3-ball is off the rim, missed. Carlos Anderson the rebound, and he's slow to get up. Maurice Edwards all the way down, missed it. Tillman was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Tillman affected that.
Back the other way, a finger roll is missed. Out of bounds? No, they keep it in.
Oh.
Flyers with a miss, and down hard goes Tillman, the big man.
Wow.
As he was undercut a little bit there.
Yeah, Tillman jumped and Carlos just wiped him out.
Anderson with his third foul. And he's limping to the bench here. Now the Flyers throw it in. And the Redbirds with a steal on the inbounds. Here's Darius Edwards. Up, missed it. Hudson tipped it in. Hudson for 2.
Great tip. Turnovers. They're speeding. See, they're speeding East St. Louis up. This is what they need to do. Speed East St. Louis up because they're going to turn the ball over.
They turn it over. Here comes Thurman with it to Hobbs. Back to Thurman. Thurman on the baseline. Bumped and fouled by Riley. His second.
And that's what I was talking about earlier in this quarter, Brent. When they came out sagging, you take all your energy away. Speed East St. Louis up because they have clearly shown that they cannot handle the ball, where did I say, out on the highway. Keep them on the highway. Don't let them get to the city.
Hudson with 12 points now. He's into double figures. Darius Edwards, 13 points. 7 for Wigfall, 7 for Thurman. Redbirds throw it in, up by 8 all of a sudden as they're on a 7-0 run. Flyers had it down to 1 point. Here's Hobbs, gets it stripped away. Back the other way, come the Flyers on a break. Off the glass and in, it goes down for fair, number 33.
Big turnover right there by Levante.
Back come the Redbirds, and a whistle and a foul. Is it Jeremiah Tillman?
Yep, that's going to be 4.
It is. 4th foul, and Tony Young wants the referee to tell him what happened there as they discuss things over there at the bench.
Yeah, and the official's saying he just didn't get it clean. If I'm Jeremiah Tillman, I'm going to tell you something. And you got to be a big man to teach other big men how to do this. But fake like you're going to take the charge and let them go by you because they're thinking about you. And then when they go to shoot it, just turn around and swat it from the backside. That way you can control what you swing at. And more times than not, they'll move the ball around and miss it for you anyway. But you just, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Brent.
Darius Edwards missed a free throw, and this one's good.
You just can't pick up your 4th if you're him.
Yep, not that way. 14 points for Darius Edwards now. Been a long time since he has scored, but he gets a free throw there to make it 44-37. Here's a strip and a steal, and Darius Edwards again will lay it up. No good as he got caught trying to dunk it or lay it up.
Yep.
Back the other way, the Flyers have it in a 7-point game, and the Redbirds leave 2 more there.
Yeah, and right there, you just got to finish. I mean, if you're going to try to dunk it, At least you might be able to get the foul, but you can't get caught in between.
Here's a free throw line, set play for the Flyers. And we have a foul away from the ball. Hobbs, I believe, away from the ball, holding underneath near the lane. It's Levante Hobbs' 3rd foul.
I say, and I'm surprised Coach Smith isn't going back with Brian Hudson right now.
Here he comes. Hudson with just 1 foul, 12 points.
You got a major advantage, especially with Tillman on the bench. He's going to be there for a while, unless this gets out of control.
They throw it to the right corner and now dump it down to Tyrone Riley. Left hand good. Nice move.
That was a good move. He gave a little shoulder fake to see where Hudson was. Hudson gave him the left hand and he took it.
Riley has 10 points to lead the Flyers. Here's a turnover. Nope, Flyers are on the sideline right near Coach Eric Smith, so Redbirds ball.
Yeah, Birds caught a break right there. That was a floaty long pass by Maurice Edwards. Almost got picked off.
Would have been a 3-on-1, it looked like there. Redbirds 44, Flyers 39, 5-point lead, and we have 1:05 to go. 3rd quarter here at Alton High School Gymnasium. Thurman, nice move, gets it stripped away at the end there. Knocked out by the Flyers. It's Alton ball, and here comes Josh Lovings.
The hands of the Flyers have gotten real active this quarter, and one thing we have to keep in mind, they're winning this quarter so far, Brent.
Redbirds with 8 points in the quarter. They throw it in, it's stolen away. Lazy pass there and bad pass to the corner.
Yeah, it didn't have any movement, any screen action going there on out of bounds plays. You see that a lot more lately now.
Marquise Chairs lost his man to Riley. Lays it up and in.
Yeah, he just shook him. And that's the little drop off.
Shake and bake. Here's Lovings down underneath, and we have a foul over the back. I believe Lovings, as he went to the right block, was fouled.
That's a reaction call because the young man, I think it was fair, he came over the top and he just had all ball. I mean, he just absolutely smothered the ball. Good thing for Josh, he was being aggressive, and you like to see that. So he's going to get rewarded and shoot 2 free throws here.
They say he was over the back grabbing the ball. Fair with his 3rd foul. Lovings misses the free throw.
But if you're going to get that call, you have to convert.
Missed the first, and Lovings not on the score sheet yet. 44-41, Redbirds by 3. This one is good. 1 for 2 for Josh. 45-41. Redbirds with a steal. Thurman traveled as he grabbed it. I'm not sure how he traveled.
No, he double dribbled, and I think that's what the ref is intending to say. He double dribbled. He didn't travel. But again, Redbirds got him in that highway area, and then forced the turnover, and I just really like that.
Turnover after turnover. And here's Carlos Anderson in for Wigfall. Flyers into the lane. Jumper, no good. Redbirds got away with a foul on that shot, it looked like.
Yeah, they did. They just cut the shooter. Josh Lovins just bodied him.
And so now we're going the other way. Out of bounds, Alton ball. And Coach Tony Young wanted a foul.
I think he's got an argument there.
Redbirds lead it. Carlos Anderson to the glass. Good! Finally with some points for Carlos.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's been wondering where he's been. They needed that.
3 ball by Fair. It's good.
But you can't give that up at the buzzer.
At the buzzer, a rainbow 3 on the right side by 33 Fair. And he makes it 47-44 on a 3 ball at the end of the 3rd. We'll be back with the 4th quarter in a moment. Fasten your seatbelts. The Redbirds 47, the Flyers 44. 4th quarter at Alton High in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake. You bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
In today's economy, everyone's looking for an encouraging sign. That's exactly what you'll find right here at my State Farm office in Bethalto. I'm Tom Lane, and for 86 years, State Farm agents like me have been helping you protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and why we consider that a very good sign.
Call Tom Lane State Farm office in Bethalto at 377-8912 or go to TomLaneAgency.net.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jordan, Brent Birkland back here, our engineer Brian Hennigan, as we go to the 4th quarter here, just before 9 o'clock. It's Alton 47, East St. Louis 44. The Flyers outscore the Redbirds by 5 there in the 3rd quarter. All the way down, and a pass underneath, blocked away. Darius Edwards with some D. Long pass. Carlos Anderson will hold it up.
Tremendous block there. You know, one of the things we're talking about, the ebb and flow of this game, Redbirds have just forced turnover after turnover after turnover, and the Flyers are only down 3.
Here's Lovings to Darius Edwards, now Maurice Edwards to Brian Hudson. Hudson double teamed and he threw it away, but the Flyers knocked it out of bounds as they had a pick there.
Good double team on Brian Hudson. He tried to get it out of there. he didn't see all the three men covering. Right there, you'd like to face up and skip opposite in a trap situation. At his size, he should be able to do that.
Here's Lovings to Anderson, down to Hudson. Stolen away. Turnover, Alton.
Sloppy pass by Carlos.
Here come the Flyers, and Chairs, number 3, the point guard, has it.
He's done a much better job second half of maintaining the ball.
Chairs gives it up to Randolph. Now to the high post, Riley.
They're running a little scissors action.
Tillman still not in there with foul trouble all night long. Tillman with 4 fouls. The 6'11 sophomore. Goes to the left side, and Loving's got a jump ball. Quick hands as he got his hands in there. Just like in football on defense.
Yeah, and Josh really hasn't given the scoring punch he normally gives, but he has played pretty solid defensively here. That's been big. I think he's going to come out now, though, in favor of Isaiah Thurman.
Here's Maurice Edwards on the wing to Darius Edwards. Now to Lovings. Anderson gives to Edwards. 3-ball, no. Tipped up by Carlos Anderson, no. Long rebound. Darius Edwards in the lane. He missed it, got his own rebound. And he will put it up, and he's fouled. And the Redbirds with 3 or 4 chances there.
Yeah, they just wanted it more right there. Darius knew he was in trouble. He forced a shot. I thought he traveled in the lane before he shot it. He just threw it up and went and got it.
3rd foul on Riley, number 25. Riley leads the Flyers with 12 points. Here's Darius Edwards leading Alton with 14 points.
And I thought Darius was on track early on to be close to 20, 25 points, and then he got those 2 foul troubles and it kind of slowed him down. But he might be primed for a big 4th quarter here.
Well, he had only 1 point in the 3rd quarter, a free throw. He's got 1 point here, and here comes Tillman back into the game for the Flyers. 15 now for Edwards. He makes it 48-44. Tillman, 6 points, and I would say he has played maybe 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. And that's a stretching at 11. Now he's going to have to make a decision whether is he going to sit down there and play defense.
Edwards 2 for 2. He's got 16 points. Alton back to defense, and Thurman comes in for Darius Edwards. So they have Lovings, Hobbs, Thurman, Maurice Edwards, and Carlos Anderson on the floor. Carlos going to guard Tillman. Now they throw it outside to Fair, almost stripped away. Chairs gives it down underneath. Reverse layup, no good by the Flyers. Alton ball. Patrick Baxter with a miss there.
And I'm surprised the Flyers give the Redbirds so much credit for blocked shots. I mean, he tried to reverse that and didn't need to. He could have just went up and got a layup. Intensity of the Birds is really bothering East St. Louis, though.
Maurice Edwards to Thurman. Thurman, double team by the Flyers, gives it up. Left side, Maurice Edwards in trouble, and he threw it away. Turnover, here come the Flyers. Left hand and good. Number 30, Baxter with 2.
Brent, is it me or is this game getting extremely physical? I mean, I'm seeing a lot of bumping and hitting that the officials just aren't calling.
Yep. Good old Southwestern Conference basketball, I guess. 49-46, 3-point game. Inside, Lovings missed the finger roll over Tillman. Hobbs got the loose ball back, and the Redbirds reset it with Hudson ready to come in a moment.
I'm surprised Tillman's still trying to sit there and take those charges. Just 4 fouls, that's tough. He did influence that shot, though.
Maybe give the ball to Carlos and let him go at it. Carlos and Jeremiah Tillman face to face at the free throw line. Here's Thurman. Glass, no good on the drive. Rebound, Anderson. May have been fouled by Tillman. Back the other way. It's a layup. Good. And 1. And they could tie the game with a free throw.
Would you agree foul down here on this end?
Yeah, either that or a good block. I don't know about the angle. Tillman may have gotten away with it.
When you're 6'11", sometimes you get angles that other people can't see. But again, we've talked about it. I think it's been that way both ways. So, you can't really complain about it. But if you're Josh Lovins right there, he's in front of you. You either got to foul him or you got to give him the layup. You can't give him the and one because now they're going to tie it, and this is going to make them feel real good about themselves.
Foul on Lovings. free throw for Baxter, who has come alive with a couple of buckets. Missed the free throw. Rebound, Flyers in a 1-point game.
And then you give up offensive rebound. See, that's huge. So now they have the opportunity to maybe be able to take the lead.
49-48, timeout, East St. Louis. Flyers ball when we come back. 4:21 to go in the game. Redbirds now clinging to a 1-point lead. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
In the market for a new Nissan? Go no further than Auto Center's Nissan in Wood River, the #1 volume Nissan dealer in the Midwest. Auto Center's always has a huge selection, and every new Nissan is backed by Auto Center's exclusive low price guarantee, 30-day return, and lifetime powertrain warranty. Auto Center's also has a gigantic pre-owned inventory, and regardless of any credit problems, Auto Center's will get you approved. So be wiggity wise and hurry into Auto Center's Nissan. Highway 255 and 143 in Wood River, Illinois. AutoCentersNissan.com.
Jeremiah Tillman becomes an offensive presence here in the last 4 minutes of the game with 4 fouls. He has 3 buckets so far. It's down to Tillman. Lost it for a moment. Reverse layup. No. Rebound. Maurice Edwards all the way down. And he tried to slam it. He missed it. Tipped out by Alton. It's East St. Louis ball.
I know he tried to dunk it, but again, right now, Brent, you need points. You need points. So you love the aggression and how he attacked him, but we're talking about this is probably the 9th or 10th layup that they've left points on the floor with.
Fast break, not many finishes, that's for sure. And they've had a lot of opportunities on the break.
But I tell you, if he had caught him, that would have brought the house down.
49-48, Alton with a lead. Alton man-to-man defense. Darius Edwards with a reach-in foul.
Not a good foul right there. Just not solid.
3rd foul on number 0. And it's going to be 5 fouls on Alton, 6 fouls on Eastside.
And you see the quick change. Coach Smith has changed and put Isaiah Thurman on the point guard.
Give the ball off into the lane. They dump it down to Tillman. He lays it in.
That's a nice high-low right there. He just buried Carlos up under there, and he didn't have a shot.
Back the other way, and now the Flyers lead it 50-49. 4th quarter. Hard to believe that East St. Louis has the lead in this game now. Here's Maurice Edwards, bumped and fouled by Chairs. That'll be his 4th foul.
And that's going to be bonus. So the Redbirds are going to get a chance to take the ball right back. Referee's talking to Darius Edwards about his talking. Told him to calm it down.
And Maurice Edwards going to go to the free throw line. Yes, he's 0 for 2 in the game.
These are crunch free throws. Free throws down the stretch.
In the air and no good. He's now 2 for 12 on the year from the line. To the wing, out of bounds. Flyers turn it over, right back to the Redbirds.
And they just came down and gave it right back. And that's just
ugly win, whoever wins this one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody's going to feel good about the way they played, but I know they'll feel good about getting that conference win.
Alton ball down by a point, 3:05 to go in the game. 4th quarter here. In regulation time, we could have extra time tonight, who knows? Darius Edwards is fouled. Another one of those bumps and then a late whistle. And the bump is on number 11, Antonio Johnson, 2nd foul.
And he did. He reached in and they got the bump. Yeah, I kind of thought Darius forced that right there. I don't know if you really need that. Especially, you know, you're only down 1. Be patient and get a clean drive line.
Edwards, Darius, 5 out of 6 from the line.
And he'll need to go here, and he needs to knock these down here.
In the air, good to tie the game, 50-50. And he is almost an 80% free throw shooter already this year.
And you got to take advantage of the free throw line.
17 points in the game. And he goes for 18 and the lead. It's good. 4 for 4 for him in the 4th quarter already. 18 points. Redbirds lead 51-50.
East St. Louis tried to run the old Boston Celtics sideline break to get a good, quick seal for Tillman. They didn't look inside, so they didn't get it.
Out high it goes, now down low it goes. Tillman, hook shot, short off the rim. Hudson was right there, and Tillman missed it. Long outlet to Darius Edwards. They turn it over out of bounds.
Don't need it right now. Tillman had a great look down there, like you said, left it short, and then the Birds come down up one.
Forced it.
Yeah, walk it up.
But so, East Side ball.
Put the pressure. We clearly see what the objective of the offense is for East St. Louis. They're going to keep running until they get a high-low for Tillman.
2:28 to go in the ball game. Redbirds 51, Flyers 50. Chairs with a three. It's in and out, no good. Tillman swats it out of bounds, and he was over the back, but he wasn't making any contact because he's so tall.
And right there, the Birds were daring somebody to shoot a three, and he shot it, and it rolled in and out. They got lucky there.
Timeout on the floor. Alton leading 51-50 over the Flyers now. 2:17 to go, and it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. And tell you again, after the game, we'll announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. It's going to be a tough choice for William Gordon on our player of the game tonight.
I might have to go with myself.
Okay. That's a good vote. Maybe co-players of the game. Interesting ball game tonight. A lot of turnovers, a lot of fast breaks, without points. Boy, we've had it all. Tillman comes back out onto the floor. He's played a long time with 4 fouls, obviously. And Alton ball out of the timeout, leading by 1 point.
Because of East St. Louis's lack of ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter, I believe here, if Alton can get a basket here and go up 3, that's going to make it really hard for East St. Louis, even as much time is left.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the game, 2-minute mark. 2-minute warning. Here's Darius Edwards to Maurice Edwards. Thurman down to Hudson. Hudson, double team, gets rid of it. Out to the top it goes again.
Let's see if the Redbirds are just content with playing catch.
Be patient for a while. 1:44 to go.
East St. Louis will not come out the zone, so.
Into Carlos, he's open, layup, good!
Had just the right spin on it, almost rimmed out.
Good bucket for Anderson as he found a seam. 53-50.
Birds half-court trapping here.
Trapping at the circle, they dump it down to the baseline. Shot, glass, good. It goes in high off the glass from Randolph.
Good answer. Again, and I hate to keep harping on this, when they try to trap in the half court, it has not been successful for them. Get it in the full court, and East St. Louis will turn it over and give it to you.
They'll turn it over on their own. Here's Carlos out to Thurman. Isaiah driving, finger roll, no. Tipped up, no. Maurice Edwards gets it stripped away. Alton by 1 point. Layup is good. The Flyers lead by a point.
Here they come in transition, though.
Alton up the floor. Darius Edwards, good! And one for Darius Edwards.
And I like that right there. Darius was smart. He seen the transition coming. He didn't let him get set, so he pushed in transition. Forced it, got the 5th foul on Tillman, so that's a big foul. He's fouled out. And now Darius is going to go to the line and be able to put the Redbirds up too.
55-54, and the fans wave goodbye to Jeremiah Tillman with his 5th foul with 42.7 seconds, and what a turn of events. East side with a break to take the lead. Darius Edwards goes all the way down, off the glass and in, and Darius with 20 points in the game now.
Yeah, and the smart thing about that is because East St. Louis has been playing in the zone, when you get back in transition, your transition responsibilities are different. And so Darius saw that, and he crossed the floor, got up the middle to his strong right hand, got the and one on Tillman.
Cross through the lane, and on the right side, put it in. And he puts in the free throw. He's made 6 free throws in a row. 5 for 5 in this 4th quarter. And it's 56-54. Alton with that big 3-point play.
Yeah, and what was even bigger about that, not only did they get the lead, they fouled the number one threat for East St. Louis out, which was Tillman. A solid ball game for the limited number of minutes he played. He showed up in the second half for East St. Louis, but now he's going to be a non-factor. So now the question is, who do they go to? Do they go to Fair? Do they go to Baxter? Do they go to Riley? Maybe Johnson? A lot of different guys have contributed for them. Be interesting to see what they get here.
They've got some balance on the score sheet tonight. Fair has 9, Johnson 10, Riley 12. Tillman had 8 before he fouled out of the game. Darius Edwards now at 21 points in the game. Hudson with 12. 7 for Thurman, 7 for Wigfall. They both had 7 at halftime. Here in the second half, well, the third quarter was Hudson. The fourth quarter is Edwards.
Yeah, we haven't seen DeMonte Wigfall that much this half. He gave a spark early. Now, here's what I would do if I'm Alton. Again, I stay away from the half-court trap stuff because it just hasn't been successful for you. But you have a foul to give, so I would pick them up full court and be aggressive. If I get beat, I take the quick foul, then we reset the defense.
Team fouls are 9-5. Flyers with 9 fouls. Alton with 5 fouls. 40 seconds to go in the game. 2-point lead for Alton. Here come the Flyers up the floor. It's Antonio Johnson. Almost lost the ball at midcourt. Now timeout, Tony Young of East St. Louis.
And that's what happens when you can't get your point guard the ball.
I don't know if they wanted Antonio Johnson to just drive all the way down and take it one-on-one or what there.
Well, and that's what you do. You put people in unfamiliar circumstances, and right there, again, we talked about it. When the Redbirds can implement their pressure in the full court, they can get good things happening. They denied the point guard all the way around the floor so he couldn't get it. It disrupted the offense.
28.5 seconds to go in the game. Redbirds still on defense and still leading this game. Leading by 2, 56-54. And here we are with a score in the 50s for the Redbirds and the Flyers here to open the Southwestern Conference tonight.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, for the Redbirds, this is going to be about their scoring level. I think 56-60 will be their scoring level. Now, the Flyers are about 3 points over their average right now, so they're in kind of la-la land. This isn't what they're used to. And they're going to need, 56 at least to see overtime. So see what the Redbirds can do. Another big defensive possession here. Redbirds get a stop here. I think you can say the game is pretty much iced.
Redbirds on defense with Hudson, Edwards, Anderson, and Thurman. Starting 5 for Alton. And they throw it in to Antonio Johnson again. Is he going to go one-on-one with Carlos Anderson here?
Redbirds are switching everything on defense.
20 seconds left. Johnson gives the ball up to Riley. Back to Johnson. Johnson driving into the lane. Fadeaway. Good!
Tough shot.
With 11 seconds left, he hit it to tie the game. Here comes Maurice Edwards all the way down. He lost it, but was fouled. Fouled in the lane with 3.4 to go.
Now that's a big call. It looked like he got stripped. Normally the rule is if you get hit and the ball goes straight down, that's because somebody hit the ball. Maurice was aggressive in transition. I told you that's real good for them. Get it in transition and push. Problem is Maurice has struggled at the line tonight.
That's true, and all year long. He came in at 2 for 9 on the year, and he is 0 for 3 tonight. That's 2 for 12 on the year. Maurice Edwards in a tie game. Good! He hits the first one with 3.4 seconds left. He's got 5 points in the game. Timeout on the floor as he'll shoot another in a moment.
And here's what you got to worry about. I love this. I love it. So, Brent, here we go. We got 57-56 the Redbirds with one more free throw to be shot. It's 3.4 seconds left. Redbird only have 5 team fouls, which means they can give one more foul before the other team shoots the bonus. Now, is Coach Smith and Coach McMurray, are they discussing about, hey, we can foul? Now, Coach Young played at Carbondale. He's been around Rick Majerus. He's been around Jim Cruz. He's seen all these things. So is he going to tell his kids, if they come at you and try to foul you, throw the ball up, put it up, and see if you can force the referees into calling the foul? This is going to be very interesting. I also think that if Maurice Edwards misses this free throw, that plays to the advantage of East St. Louis, because they're going to be able to get the ball on the run, and that's when bad kind of fouls happen. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want that right now.
If he makes this free throw, maybe when they throw it in, they'll foul in the backcourt, take a second or two off, and use that 6th foul. We'll see.
Ideally, that's what you want. And now Coach Young, I think I wouldn't have used my timeout right there. I would have waited to see what the consequences were. I would have been telling my kids, if he missed it, push it to half court and get me a quick timeout. So let's see how this plays out here.
Because they're out of timeouts now, the Flyers. Maurice Edwards at the line, 3.4 to go. He broke the tie with his first free throw. This one is good. He hit them both. 2 for 2. Flyers throw it in. They're at midcourt. No foul. 3 going up. Oh! It's good. The Flyers hit a 3.
Wow.
Blast.
Wow, Brent. Wow, Brent. They're running off the floor. They're not even going to shake hands. It's pure pandemonium at Alton High. It's pure pandemonium.
The Flyers win it with a 3. There was no foul there. And Fair, number 33, hit a running 3 at the top of the key that went off the glass and in.
Wow. And that's Southwestern Conference basketball, and all you can say is wow. And we're going to talk about this in the post game, but if you're Alton right now, you have to be sick. You have to be sick.
Redbirds on the floor. They can't believe it. They're in shock. Flyers 59-58 over the Alton High Redbirds. Alton loses at home tonight on a 3-pointer at the buzzer after Maurice Edwards hit both free throws. Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. 1-point win for the Flyers. Back after this. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.